The IASA Global Service Project is an opportunity for school board members and superintendents from across the state to come together to do amazing service work here in the Dominican Republic.
The first couple days we were at the Environmental Institute, and so some of us were weeding, some of us were painting murals. Then once we got to Cabarete, we were working at the Dream School, and so a bulk of our day was preparing a field day, but in addition to that, we were painting around the school. Some of us were preparing cement because they were doing a construction project. I can imagine students who have never left their town and being able to have such a culture shock of being in a new country, being able to explore more about themselves in an area that is totally new. I think that just opens up someone's perspective. It helps them see a different side of life, to see a different side of the world than they probably would have ever. And then to be able to take that back.
Beyond the service projects that were done here and the value that we brought to the local community, and without question what we learned from the local community, when we get home, I feel like I have built relationships with my peers from around the state that I wouldn't have had the opportunity to otherwise. I feel like I have built friendships and professional relationships that I will maintain for the rest of my career and beyond.
I think that as we begin to bring students in from different places, understanding who they are will make it a lot easier for us to be able to incorporate them and make them feel at home. Acceptance is one thing, but understanding is a different thing. And I think that walking away from this trip is actually going to perpetuate that for me.
Actually, this is the first time I've been out of the country into a different foreign land that speaks a foreign language. So definitely learned a little bit more about culture, which is kind of a standard phrase that you hear. And when you live it and experience it, it is very impacting on who you are when you go back to where you live, but also a lot about collaboration and being able to work together and have it be a team to accomplish something, to build something. When you work together, you work hard together and you suffer some together, you definitely build bonds that are life-lasting, and so that's really a cool part of the service project as well.
We need more people that are willing to do things like this and willing to get out of their comfort zone. So I think students would tremendously, enjoy a trip like this. It's not only fun, we get to, laugh and have a good time, but again, we put in some hard work, and hopefully the little things that we did make a big impact.
My biggest takeaway coming away from this trip in the Dominican Republic, and we're here at the Dream Project, the Dream School, which is fitting. It makes me wonder, how often do we spend time in our own school districts, in our own homes, and even in our own lives, talking about our hopes and our dreams and our aspirations for our young people, for our kids, for our colleagues, for our families, and for ourselves. And when I go home, that's what I really want to focus on, is to dream big and shoot for the stars.